Okay, so this video here, about a week ago, I did a video over 4 positions, right, or controls, so the waist, the head, under and over the arm. And this video here will be kind of long, so there'll be probably 2 parts to this. And we're going to look at controls of the arm and potentially under and over the arm again and around the neck and the waist. But we're going to emphasize the arm primarily. So we're going to look at these different grips and then ways to kind of flow from one side to the other or one to the other. And then we're going to look at how to use that to do a throw. Most of these pieces can be done from like strikes, or like I do some kind of a setup strike to execute it, or the other person does some kind of offensive move, and then I try to counter with getting this control of the grip. So we may do a little bit of that, but we're going to really kind of focus this video mainly on more on the grips and how to like secure them and those kind of things like that, and then throws off of them. Probably toward the end of this whole video, we'll also look at like flowing patterns, like sticking and adhering to the person, moving from inside and outside of the arms, under and over, and all of that stuff. Kind of similar to what a wrestler does with pummeling, but a little different approach. And if you're doing something like Wing Chun or you're doing something like Tai Chi, if you hang around and watch that part of the video, you might integrate that into what you're doing and practice it as a secondary drill to Chiao or to push hands, and it'll help you to continue with somebody trying to get grips on you and ways to kind of move and change them. So we're going to start with some of these that are fundamental, right? So I'm going to be here, right? I have control of his wrist, his elbow. This into its own self is a control, right? We'll also look at changing it to the opposite side, so it'll become on his inside, outside, inside, right? Of course, we can deal with this other hand or not, and all of that kind of stuff. And we'll look at combining some of these pieces together later. So if I work for this piece, I want to practice going from inside to outside. I probably keep my hand here, or I keep it here. Now, if I was going to try to execute the throw quickly, I mean, I could go for his knee. I could go for his knee this way. I could go for his head this way, on this side to pull him, to change him, to do whatever. The same thing on the outside, right? I can hold the grip here. I can use this to force against him, lifting the leg. I can use it to draw and pull him in to do movements. I can change the grip up higher and go for movements like this. So again, each piece we'll kind of look at it and we'll kind of break it down a little bit and we'll add pieces together. And hopefully it'll make good sense for those that are trying to practice and learn the movements. So we'll come over here first to the mat. And so I'm going to step inside. I have Jonathan's arm. And look, we got moves like this too, so just hang around. We'll kind of cover a bunch of different pieces. So if I can get this piece, I'm going to kind of pull Jonathan. He's going to resist a little bit, right, by putting his weight onto his leg. And as he does, I'm going to kind of release, right? Release. And dump it. Right, so he does it to me. From here, he pulls. And as I resist, I put weight into the leg. And he releases, and he's going to come through. And he'll dump me. I pull. No. Listen to me. Pulls. Yeah. Push. No. Okay. Now, same thing. I've got this grip. After I got it, like an example, like he throws a punch and you may get it this way, or maybe you're just you're wrestling and you get to the side, and that's great, right? I'm not really trying to cover that in this video, but we'll look at a couple ideas of it. So again, he goes for it, and I get this, and I'm going to do outside twist and spring, right? So I'm going to take this leg and I'm going to step. As I do, I'm going to try to scoop his leg up, and then I would kind of pull, and he's going to land on that side. All right, so here, I get this, I step, and pull. All right. Gets it to me. He gets the arm, the wrist, and the elbow. He steps the other way. This leg's going to step behind, and he's going to push forward into the arm, and he'll scoop up the leg, and pull me down. Easy enough, right? I'm not going to do a bunch of these, just to a couple of main ideas. But now, if I have his arm and I push it to the other side, right? Or he tries to pull his arm away from me, then I'm going to come inside, right? Here, pulls it away, I'm going to come inside. From here again, I've got several options and stuff that I can do. We're going to keep it simple, right? Here, I grab this and he pulls it back. We step through it and we're doing knee seizing from the inside. Right. So grabs the arm as I pull. He changes it to the other side. This hand comes through. He lifts, and dumps. Right. And again up here, he pulls it back. Again. So practicing this piece, a good way to do it, grab the arm, work with your partner, you can pull back on the arm, and step to the other side, right? Easy enough, I can go back, he does it to me, pull, steps inside, right? Pull, right, come to the inside. Then I get his arm, he pulls, go with him, step to the inside. Again, pull, come to the inside. Another basic move, I can do neck mopping, right? And I'm going to flip him, he's going to land on this side, right? So I'll pull back with the arm, force the head down, and he's flipping over. Fundamental movements, right? All right, now we're going to go across, right? So I've got him here, so he pulled back on the arm, and I come here. He comes in with this arm, right? Right, he's just trying to grab me, right? We're just grappling. I mean, it could be a punch as well. I'm going to take the arm this way. And from here, I can keep this grip, right? Or I can do things from it. So this is start over. So I got this, he pulls, I change, he comes in, I grab it. Now, if he pulls this arm back, right? I can go with him, I can go under his arm, right? So now I've kind of got elbow and wrist control here. And my hand is under on this side. Easy to do, like something like leg lifting, or you can change, you go to the outside and leg lift or leg blocking. Right? It's going to do it to me. So he grabs the arm initially, I pull it back, I step into this side, pushes it under, and he comes up like this, straight up. Just like he's throwing an uppercut or something, right? And look, try not to keep it out here. Try to do it kind of at a diagonal so it pushes up on his shoulder, right? So it's harder for him to move it down. And look, if he tries to come for the head, you can just keep pushing across it at diagonal, and it makes it harder on you. You know, I pull on this arm too at the same time, and I'm working like that, right? So again, I got this somehow. He pulls on it. He tries to grab me with this one. I'm going to push it down. I'll keep inside, and I'll release the arm. And look, I'm going to push it at diagonal, like this. So if he tries to reach for the head, I just keep pushing into it this way and pull this way, kind of locking, right? If not, you keep it over here. Real easy for him to go for the head, right? When he does, you can do eyebrow mopping and things like that, or you wouldn't want to be there long anyway. So he goes to my arm, grabs it, all right, I step in, moves it underneath, come here, right? Let's do a couple of these over here, so closer to the camera. All right, so we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to go the opposite way, right? So I come here, I grab it, he pulls it, I get to the outside, he comes with this hand. Instead of me going under this time, I kind of missed it with the hand, right? So he comes to go to the inside and put your hand across into the inside like this. So we kind of got his arm locked, right? And from here, you can kick his leg out, or even do it this way, lift up as you kick the leg out. Right, so he's going to try it on me. Gets the initial piece, I pull back on it. Right, so he grabs it, I pull back on it, and when I pull is when he wants to go with me, right? As I turn, he goes under the arm. You're like this, right? Got this. This comes inside, right? Look, I'm on the outside. Got it. Make a way. Okay, so 1, 2. He's already inside. Yeah? I wasn't able to grab the wrist well or what have you, or he was fast in the move, and just push this hand in and turn, right? The closer he gets inside, the more kind of control you can get over his arm. All right, so he's going to do it to me now, right? I pull on it, right, and he switches the arm, right? This hand comes inside, he's down here by his waist, and he wants to be on the inside, right? So he's going to kind of push with his waist to lock the arm. He's going to maintain this grip here, right? Let's do it this time. So I got this however I got it. He pulls it back, and I'm going to switch on him, right? This hand comes in and gets it here. I'm going to come this way and lock the arm. Right? If we look at a couple of these moves, right? So I got this. He pulls it back. I change it to the inside. I'm on his inside now, right? He comes up high. Grab it, and look, I'm going to tee, and I step, and then look, I'm going to do arm lifting throw. Right? Easy enough. Right. So he's going to do it to me now, right? So I come in and I grab it. Sorry. Grabs my arm, I pull. He comes inside, he switches it. He grabs the arm, he comes underneath, he pushes up high, right? He's wedging it at a diagonal. And then he's going to put this leg on the outside. This leg should be in the middle, right? Like a triangle. He looks this way, and then as he lifts the leg, he pulls me over. The other one is horizontal throw, right? So came here, he pulled back, I change it, right? And he came to the inside, right? I'm going to drive this arm in, and as I turn, right, I'm going to pull this arm over, I'm going to kind of lift up with this side, and I'm going to lift with this leg. So he does it to me now, right? Pull this back. I reach for his under his arm. He kind of locks me, right? He's got this. He puts this foot in the middle, like a triangle. Right? He's here, and look, he's going to lift me up with this side. He's going to pull this side, and he's going to lift this leg.
What are you catching on me? I feel like I caught you wrong. I feel like you did to me with your leg. Like,
Yeah, well, that's details, right?
Obviously.
You can catch anywhere in here, you know. The big thing is we just don't want to push back against the joint, right? We want to kind of go at an angle so we don't damage the person. Okay, let's look at a couple more of these pieces, right? So, however we were in here, I'm gonna draw his arm in, right? But he can throw a punch, and I can do the same thing, right? I can kind of parry it into my other arm and draw it in, right? He's got his hand on you, or he's in here, and I use it this way, right? A lot of different variations. So, but there's an inside and an outside to this. And how we're going to practice it at first, just to kind of make it smoother, is look, I'm going to pull in, and look, when I do this, I'm not doing like this, right? I can't, I'm not controlling his elbow. I literally want to cut down into this movement like this, right? Cut down into the movement. I want to keep me upright. I don't want to do it like this per se. I may be in here like this, but I don't want to lean my torso forward like this when I do it. Because it's then easy for him to pull me over. But if I'm like this and he goes to pull with the arm, or even if he's got this arm, right, he pulls at me, pull hard. Right? I can kind of sink me in, right? But if I lean in like this and he pulls me, let's say my weight is over me. I don't want that. So with this grip, I'm on this side, right? So I'm on his inside. I change it to the other side. Now I'm on his outside, right? Over here, back and forth. You just work this with a partner. Look, see? I don't want to, again, I'm not doing this, right? I don't want to be leaning like this, but I'm in here, right? And I will sink me back and forth when I do it. And I can go from side to side, like I'm this way, he comes on to this side, he goes to grab the front of me, right? And I'll switch to this side, right? He comes underneath, I'll come back over here, right? He comes to the other side, I'll come here, or maybe I want to change it, right? But I want to try to keep his arm bent. And he doesn't want to be like this, it's easy to get pulled over, right? He wants to bend his head so he keeps himself upright. Now he can sink, but look, he wants to sink like this, right? Right, so look, if he's doing it to me, and he pulls down on me, I want to be able to stay upright. I don't want to lean, right? This way I can make myself explosive, right? If I lean forward, I've got to recover. So if he works me from side to side, right, you can just switch the movement, put it on either side, right? And if I engage the other hand, I start coming up here. He can switch it, or he can work off of this hand. Look, I can change it on him, right? He comes in on me. I can move to the outside, or it's just a good way to, like, this person starts getting sweaty. It's really hard to keep this grip. It's not like this grip is the easiest to keep either, right? He doesn't have on a jacket. So a lot of this stuff is geared toward not, these kind of controls and that we were doing a while ago, or like this kind of stuff. Look, I don't have the use of a jacket. If I did, I'd still use some of this stuff. But anyway, from here, if I was on his inside, I can use this and neck control and do movements this way, or I can do movements this way. Outer leg hooking, chopping, knee seizing. Right, same thing. If it's on the outside, like this, I can try to roll around and try to do forward kicking, knee seizing, or shoot for embracing and change it. All kind of movements, right? But in the beginning, if you can just get good at this, right? If he engages with the other arm, try to change it, try to work this, right? I want to keep him this tight to me. I don't really want to be out here like this trying to, this kind of stuff if I don't have to, right? I want to be closer to him. So if I can get in here, the same kind of premise, right? He's kind of got your neck, I can work this stuff, kind of keep that tension and spread him out, right? Or I use this to my advantage or what have you. But it's more just practicing a flow with this, right? Moving from the outside to the inside, right? Or if he comes with the other hand, I'm on his inside. I want to try to go to the outside, right? I try to keep this bent. What is he going to try to do when you're doing this? I mean, you can move in, right? But I've got a pretty good grip on his arm. Like he wants to go for the leg, that's fine. It's easier for me to control his arm, right? I can extend it. But same thing, if I'm like this and he tries to extend the arm to go backwards, I just try my best to stay with him. I can turn it into something else, right? He tries to pull away from me, turn it into something else, right? Use it to your advantage. So if we do just a couple of throws with it. So again, however we got this, he threw the punch, I got this thing, I got inside, or he's got his hand on you, or he's shooting for your neck or something, and I go for this move, right? So Straight from this. There you go. So we're like this. I've got this hook, and I'm going to tee, and I'm going to do leg blocking, right? So too far away. I want to be sure I'm in tight, and then I'm going to push, and I'm going to step. He tries to on me, right? Like this. He pulls me in good. He's going to do a steaming stance with this leg, and at the same time, he's not coming to the front of my knee. He's kind of pushing behind. And if he's already stepped, it's too late. So he's got to do these two actions together. I roll you down. Let's look at something else from here. So again, however I got this, I push in, right? I've got this, and I want to go for knee seat, right? A jumping. And I really like this move because it really helps me it lends to me making pins or controls on the guy. He does it to me, he pushes down, he shoots for the knee seizing, yeah, steps in, he dumps me, and look, it's easy for him to pin, he's already got this arm control, easy enough. Right. Same thing again, come inside this time, and I'm like this, and look, easy enough for me to step, and chop, all right, and pin him again. Gets the arm, comes in, chops, and look, he's able to pin me, right? Easy enough. Goes for the same thing again, I'm in here, and out of the hook, right? Gets the pin, look, he wants this in here, he's got to get that kind of connection, and then look, he can force into me, push me as he does it, and then he releases, he keeps this, and goes for his pin. Now, he comes with the other side, right? We can go under the, over, around the head, right? Same premise, right? So I've got this control, just like I had this control, or I had this control, and I'm going to continue with this arm, right? So I'm in here like this, holding this really snug, and he's going to come for the head. He's trying to get a grip. I'm going to kind of do this, but I'm not going to do this static, right? I'm going to do this and move, right? So he comes in, he comes to hit me, and then look, I'm going to take a T stance, turn, and lift, and I'm hitting him again. Right, so he gets this one first, and then look, I come in like I'm trying to grab, he goes for next around him, and when he steps, look, he's got to make sure that this foot is in the middle. Right? That's the other side, and he lifts and throws. You should be able to pin me right away. Same thing, got this, and he comes into the mid-side, and I grab it this time, right? Same thing. Lift and throw. Again, he does the same thing. This time he's quicker, right? He got in closer. And I go under the arm to lock it. I've got this. I kind of pull and twist. And I'm going to lift him out. Again, I'm pinning, strike on him. So a lot of options with that type of a hook. All right. So now we're going to kind of secure the arm. All right, we went this way and we secured it. Right? This time we're going to wrap it, right? So I'm in here with him. The arm comes in, and I can lock it. I'm going to try to control on it like this. And I can use this right away, place here, or come here to the head, or you can move, or try to go for these other, right, over, under, around the waist, around the head, right? This move here to me is kind of like a